Hello and welcome to the Balanced Scorecard Power BI demo. Wanted to show you what it looks like in Power BI versus ClickView now. Did a couple things different and made it a little bit more intuitive, so it's easier to kind of get the information that you need quickly rather than having to drill down into multiple levels. So what I'm doing now is just navigating through the Power BI app on my phone. Wanted to show you what it looked like on the phone, since that is one of the newer things that you can do with Power BI versus ClickView. So that's very easy to view on your phone or tablet or even your computer if you want to do it there as well. So right now I'm on the favorite screen, which is where I've favorited this Balanced Scorecard test as well as the performance platform dashboard. But where you want to navigate to is likely shared with me. After you get access to view it, you'll be able to find it in there, and then you can favorite it and have it easier view here. So I'm just going to click into it now and kind of give a brief overview of what the home screen looks like. So this is what we're calling the executive overview. So you notice that you have a month-to-date filter, a year-to-date filter, you have a filter for the years. We have 2018 and 2019 in here, and then a filter for business group. So that would be like ambulatory division or institutes or medical group, post-acute, population health. So what this homepage is going to show you really at the start on the default view is just how is IHS doing overall in 9 different metrics that we are determining to be important to the success of IHS. And of course these can be changed, but just for now these are the 9 that we're using. And you'll notice that each of them has a trending chart, and that trending chart is basically saying a percentage of entities that are meeting their goal in that particular metric. So if I'm looking at EBDIT right now, I can see how it's trending over time in IHS. So all the entities that are tracking EBDIT, we have their data in here, and we can see how many of them are meeting their goal for a particular month. And of course we can look at that as month to date or year to date if we want to change. So this is really a great kind of 30-second to a minute and a half view just to see how we're doing in each of these different metrics. And if you really want to drill down, then you can, and you can click into one of these different metrics and see a more detailed view. But if really all you want to see is, hey, how are we trending in consumer experience, or how are we trending in EBDIT or volumes or anything like that, then you can very easily just go to this homepage view and get a very high level view of how we're performing. And again, you can even drill down on the homepage itself to say, if I'm Dr. Brady, maybe I only want to look at ambulatory division. But here I'm going to click into EBDIT, and it will take me to my operational view. So now we're looking at it at a little bit deeper of detail. So here we have some of the same options. We can filter from month to date to year to date, 2018, 2019, and we can filter on different metrics. But now you notice that at the bottom, we're looking at all EBDIT for all the entities in IHS. And there's a little bit more scroll down to the bottom that isn't on screen right now, but you'll see that we can see the status. So are we a green check mark or are we a red flag? And there's also a yellow exclamation point. So we have the red, yellow, green indicators. And then we can see when we last received that data, what our current value is for it, what our goal is, and then a trend line. And what's nice about this view is that if I want to see more detail into those spark lines, I can actually just click directly on it and it'll pop out a chart that has a little bit more detail for me. So now I can see my dotted line, which is my goal, and then my red, yellow, green, which is my value for that month. And again, here I'm looking at month to date, and if I want to hover over a specific date, so in this case I'm hovering over March, then I can see exactly what my EBDIT value is, what my goal was for that month, and at the top right, I'm seeing that I'm 73.8% away from my goal. So this view provides a little bit more detail. And at the top, of course, we can start using those filters. So if I want to look at 2019 year-to-date values, I can do that as well. So here I'm going to go ahead and click into AHMG to look at theirs. So I'll just click on their spark line. It'll open up a graph, and now I can see a little bit more detail into their specific EBDIT year-to-date. And I can see that they are, as of March, 62% away from their goal year-to-date. If I want to click out of that chart and go into another business, all I have to do is click anywhere else on the screen and then go ahead and I'll click into pharmacy here. So I'm looking at pharmacy's graph now, and I can see that as of March year-to-date, they're actually 1% above their goal, and I can look at February as well, or whatever month I want to look at. And again, to close out, I'll just click anywhere else on the page, and now I can go in and Say I want to look at a different metric, I can do that as well. So I'll just go ahead and select net revenue from the drop down up top. And now I'm looking at net revenue in 2019 year to date. And as before, I can click into any of the different sparklines that I want and see a more detailed version. And here I can even click into performance platform if I want to look at that, and click into any other businesses again and get my pop out. So here I'm looking at Centricare year to date in May for performance platform meetings held. From this point, if I want to get back to the home screen, all I have to do is click the Advent Health logo at the top left, and it will take me back to the home screen. The first thing you'll notice about this home screen is that it is looking quite a bit different than the one that you saw at the beginning of the video, and that is because we are now in landscape mode instead of portrait mode. So this is more akin to something that you'd be seeing on your tablet or on your PC, which is a bit of a bigger view and helps you see a little bit more detail than the smaller portrait mode. But it's all the same information, so to help explain kind of what's going on here is the trending graphs are the same thing as before, so it's your number or your percentage of entities that are meeting their goal for a specific metric. So if we look at EBDIT, that is tracking our number of entities that are meeting their EBDIT goal for each month. And here we're looking at month to date, so we're looking at specifically month to date EBDIT. And what the 7 out of 8 is saying is that because we've selected December 2018, it is telling us that 7 out of 8 of our entities for December 2018 are meeting their EBDIT month-to-date goal for December. So that's a bit of a mouthful, but that's what these numbers mean. One way that we can actually confirm that number is by hovering over the bullet or the little dot under December for EBDIT, and will tell us that 87.5% of our entities are meeting their goal for EBDIT in December, which corresponds to that same 7 out of 8 number. And of course, if I want to go back to my kind of sparkline view, then I click on EBDIT and it'll take me straight back to my operational view where I can scroll through, click on any of these sparklines I don't want to look through, look at month to date, year to date, 2018, 2019, switch metrics, or however I want to proceed through the dashboard. And that's pretty much it. That is the new Balance Scorecard. Again, those 9 categories could be something completely different. It's just whatever you think would be most valuable to look at for IHS. Those are the 9 things that we had easily on hand with the data that we already have. So that's the 9 that we chose to go with. But again, they could be whatever you want. So I hope that this is kind of more user-friendly, more intuitive, and ultimately more valuable to you and to the rest of the executive team. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and thank you for watching.